Hello everybody and welcome to a further instalment of the Retro Bear Show, where tonight my guest will be former Speaker of the House of Commons John Burko and pop sensation Kylie Minogue. Is what I probably would have been saying had my career taken a different path at this point. However, I'm afraid to say it is a hello once again from the Retro Bear in the gaming pantry on YouTube, where tonight I will be bringing you the usual collection of crap that I've been picking up from the charity shops and second-hand shops this weekend. Yeah, it doesn't sound quite as good, does it? It's anyway. Having a bit of a laugh and a joke with you there. Hope you're all well, and big hello to everybody out there in social media land. So yeah, pickups as you've gathered, and yeah, strange old week really. I sort of went out yesterday, which would have been Saturday, the something of November. Wish it was September. Be a bit warmer then as well, wouldn't it? So Saturday the 15th, 16th of November, and because it's 5 weeks to Christmas, which is very, very worrying because there's so much to do between now and then. 5 weeks, fantastically, 5 weeks before I finish work for Christmas. And it's gone quickly this year, has flown by. Has it not flown by for you? I don't know, it just seems to have bombed along at a great rate of knots. And before you know it, it'll be 2020. Perfect vision. Before we get into usual stuff, just want to show you, because I've been picking an awful lot of these games. You probably gather what this is already. In fact, that sort of gives it away. It's not a tennis game. This is Sega Bass Fishing on the Wii, which I can't get too close with. I'm just trying to get as close as I possibly can. But the thing is, it doesn't quite focus as it should do. But there we go. We've been playing around with this earlier. It doesn't quite do it. But yeah, this is one of my many fishing games. I think this may have been one of the first ones I actually picked up for the Wii, before I got obsessed by fishing games. If you're a new viewer, by the way, you'll know what I'm talking about. Incidentally, if you are a new viewer, don't forget to have you obviously clicked on this video completely and utterly accidentally, probably looking for a trailer for the new Frozen film, in which case you found me, bizarrely. Feel free to poke around the channel, have a look at what you like, and if you do like what you see, feel free to like, subscribe, comment and tick the notification bell. Same to returning viewers and returning subscribers. If you haven't done all those things before now, why not? And if I've had quite a few messages recently from people who said they've watched the channel for some time and they decided to subscribe, so yeah, more the merrier. Come in, the water's lovely. It's nice in here, it's quite cosy, and you know, not a lot of space for us, like, but you know. Right, so yes, so the pickups on the 16th of November, but before we get to pickups, let's do a couple of shout-outs, because yes, the shout-outs are slowly but surely gradually returning. I thought for last week's video, thank you very much to everybody who went across to Retro Games Revived and dropped a subscription there. I'm happy to report that Sean's gone past 100, which was the aim. We wanted to get there for Christmas, but we've got there 5 weeks early. Early Christmas present, what we all can expect. Also, thanks to everybody who sort of re-pushed that round onto Twitter as well. Didn't take us long to get there, so fantastic stuff. A couple of channels I would like you to have a look at. If you have 5 minutes of your time this week, just to go over and see what you think. And again, if you do enjoy what you see, don't forget to subscribe, comment on the videos, like those. Tell them the Retro Bear sent you, because they will have no idea who you're talking about. Well, some of them may not, I don't know. So two this week. First one is a husband and wife team who I've been watching for a few weeks now, and I love the chemistry between them. Presumably because they're married, or maybe, I don't know. I'm not a married guidance counsellor, so I don't know how these things work. As to whether it's a good thing they get on really, really well, or a bad thing. It's tricky to know, isn't it? Really. But they have a great channel. They're called the Nerdy Couple. And they do all sorts of pickups, games, Blu-rays, DVDs, CDs, no, possibly not CDs, but like collectible stuff as well, collectibles, and they buy stuff their own collection, they sell stuff as well, and they've got a really good vibe. They've got a really good sort of like commentary over the top of the video. It's from behind the camera, behind the camera, so not front facing. But the banter is great. It really is. It's a good chuckle as well. It's a really good watch, and criminally no number of views. So I hope they don't sort of take it that no one's watching them. But you know, if you could spend 5 minutes time to pop over and have a quick look at their channel and see what you think, and see what you go, because I think they're great, and I hate to see when people sort of making a good effort to try and you know, rather than just sort of, you know, just try and do a video, inject some personality into it. That's also very, very important. We have our own personalities, and that helps. So yeah, Nerdy Couple, the Nerdy Couple. You're gonna have a look. The other one as well is a guy new to YouTube, and in a way, I'm sort of reaching out to some of the guys who I've spoken to and spoken about many times in the past. But this guy started his own channel on the back of watching some of us. I always find that's a very, very worrying thing. I've inspired somebody to start doing their own YouTube channel. Oh God, you know. Oh dear me. But yeah, so this is Carl's Room 70. I'm not sure what happened to Carl's Rooms 1 to 69. But they are like Carl's Room 70 just started his channel. And he's put 2 sort of pick-up videos on and a gameplay video on. So this was like in the first 10 days or so. He started at a very, very high level. I know a couple of subbers to me have already gone across and had a quick look at his channel, but he cites at the right beginning of his very first video people like Tooty, like Glory Hunter, and like myself as people he's watched for some time. He thought he wants to give it a go. So from our point of view, we should now be encouraging Carl to carry on and keep doing videos. So pop across to Carl's Room 70. He's just started. He's got a brilliant 360 collection in the background. He's also got a brilliant PS2 collection in the background. So if you collect for either of those systems, you really should go across and have a look and ask him how many games he's got, because he doesn't know. I think he's got over 400 PS2, I think, because I told him how many I got and he was behind there, but I think he's got more 360 stuff than I have. But yeah, so 2 recommendation shout outs this week. So big hello to the Nerdy Couple and a big hello to Carl's Room 70. If there are any more of those, I will chuck those out in further videos. Great. Just trying to think, there's anything else to shout out this week? There's an awful lot last week. This week, no, that's it, so we're done. Right, so on to le pick-ups, as they say in Paris. Yes, so I went a bit mad this week. Yeah, mad for me. 27 games I'm going to show you, which were picked up this Saturday. And they didn't all cost 10 pence each, Griffo. So... oh dear. I just a quick aside, I may very well take you up on a challenge which you asked me to do in some comments a couple of weeks ago. I've got an idea, but that may be a future video before Christmas. So I'm not planning on doing too much before Christmas. The reason being is not because I'm going to spend a lot of money this month. I say a lot of money. I noticed that going through all my usual haunts this week, and I did go to 3 of my usual places this Saturday, is there's not a lot of stuff going into the charity shops. Now, whether that's because people are going to start dumping stuff after Christmas, or they've already dumped it all, there isn't anything out there, I don't know. But most of this stuff here, and I think apart from 3 of the games, everything else came out of either cash converters or CEX. I don't mind doing that, but when I started sort of ramping up my collection sort of 4 years ago now, 4 years ago, when I started recollecting again 4.5 years ago, I wanted to keep out of CEX and places like that, and if I'm buying out in charity shops, I'm happy donating my money to charity that way. Of course, the thing is now, 4.5 years later, I've filled in all those gaps, haven't I? So now I've got to go to places like CEX and cash converters. Don't get me wrong, I still get, you know, the odd game, as you'll see here, floating around, but it was pretty hard going this week. So, we get 2 games come off the market in Dudley as well, so I'll get to. Let's do the Wii stuff, because that's where I'm trying to sort of hit hardest first of all. I did go out with I did sort of before I went out on Saturday. I made a list of Wii games, the 3 places I was going to, and what Wii games they got that I wanted to pick up. And when I got out of those 8, I managed to pick up 5, which isn't good. And one of those I've got a problem with as well. One of them looked like it had been dredged out of a sewer. I used to say canal, this was a sewer. It was definitely a sewer one. One, literally, as I pulled it out of the off the shelf, the plastic cover came out off the front of the cover, so that sort of came in 3 parts. So I'm not having that one, and one didn't have a manual. I'm getting very picky about now, but you've got to make sure you get the manuals. Got to make sure you get them. So let's start with this one. Now I'll start with this one actually. I'll do this one first of all. First one, I thought I had this. In fact, for years I walked past this game consistently until I actually realised that I hadn't got it. And this is Junior Fitness Trainer. Yes, the kiddie games continue. There's been a lot of these lately, but these are the ones. You know, if you're going to get anywhere near a full set, or trying to get anywhere near a full set, these are the ones that you've got to pick up. And this was £1. I'll show you the back of the box. It actually sounds like a fun little game, this one. I'm just trying to get it's not focusing as it should do. Maybe if I do that with my hand. No, anyway, okay. But it just got some really fun games on this. There's 10 games, mini games. So there's Balance on a Timber, Catching Coconuts. Is that a Snow Patrol album? Yeah, no. Acrobatic Jump, Surfing, Tribal Dancing. That was definitely a 2 Unlimited single, I'm sure it was. Jump on a Raft, Vine Swing, Treasure Race, Sandcastle, and the one that you want to play at 3 o'clock in the morning to annoy everybody else is Play on the Bongos. Yeah, so Junior Fitness Trainer. That was £1. You know, something like that sounds like fun. Most people say, oh, shovelware, crap, waste of time, kids game. Yeah, but you might get 2 hours fun out of it. I may get more fun out of that than flipping, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, which I still haven't played yet. I bought ages ago. Next up, I picked up a game in this series not long ago, and it contains one of my least favourite sports. And this is Monster High. Another game in that Monster High series, and this is the Skulltimate Roller Maze. Oh dear, see what they've done there, can't you? Yeah, clever. Another long night at the marketing office on that one. This is what happens to Tony Hawk in about 10 years' time when the devil comes back to repossess his soul. Yeah, so it's based on, I think it's a kid's line of toys and possibly a cartoon, and it's got some sort of like skating thing attached to it. It actually looks like it's roller race as your favourite Monster High character. I hate it when they say that. Have you got a favourite Monster High character? No, of course I haven't. But it's like a roller. I say roller derby. It's like a roller skating game. Don't see many roller skating games, do you? Roller. Skateboarding games, but many of them. Skitching, I think, springs to mind, and there was also the one section in California Games as well. There are many of them. Next game in the series of games I pick up on TV programs I never have watched or ever likely to watch, and this is NCIS, and it tells you it's a TV series because it is based on a TV series. I remember last week I picked up a CSI game. A few weeks ago I picked up a Grey's Anatomy game. This was £1.50. I forgot to mention, sorry, Monster High was £2. Yes, £2. This was £1.50. Yes, £1.50. See, the prices of these things are getting now to the point where I've got all the cheap stuff. I know prices of the Wii games and CX have sort of gone up, but generally speaking, I've got most of the 50p ones, most of the quid games now. I'm not sure I've done that, but yes, so. Based on a popular TV series that I know nothing about, other than the fact that bloke used to be in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. That one there, the guy with the glasses on. I'm not going to. Yeah, not her. The guy with the glasses on. Him, David McCallum. Didn't know he was in that. Still not going to watch it. On the continual skateboarding theme, it's a big hello to Skate It, which is the game again I thought I'd had. I'm not sure where this sits in the Skate series, but I did notice on my travels on Saturday that Skate 3 on the Xbox 360 is now selling for £15 in CX. I bought that for 30p last year in the charity shop. Madness. That's got a bit of cellophane on the back. There we go. So that's the back of the box. This was also £1.50. Yeah, I'm not really all that interested in it, but I've got quite a lot of skating games now. How many games has Tone got now? There's 2 Tony Hawk's games in there. That's a skating game. Which got nothing to do. And then this one. If you thought that playing computer games would not educate you, then sacre bleu, have I got a game for you. This is my French coach, which is Improve Your French. And it stops there. So I've got no idea. Improve your French what? Kissing? I don't know. I doubt it, because you wouldn't want to stick your tongue in the Wii slot, really. Quickly moving on. Now, this is the game I have a problem with. Not because it's about the French. No, that is a problem. I did notice, I picked up ages ago my word coach, which is the English version. I think there's a Spanish one of these as well. But I also noticed that on the inside, that disc there says my word coach, not my French coach. And I suspect, because I've been checked it out, that this disc is exactly the same as the one I've got in my other game. So this is going to have to go back to CEX, and for all of 75p, I was umming and ahhing. It's actually not. It's not actually. It's quite a clean copy. It's much better than my word coach I've got. But I'm going to have to take this back. Get it back. 75p. I need it. I haven't got it. I've got to get it. So that was all the Wii stuff this week. Not as much as I thought it was going to be, but possibly the biggest one of the lot. Actually, no, I don't know. Stay on the Wii theme. If you have some Wii U stuff, yes. Found a Wii U game for £1. Really? Yes. Doesn't happen. Well, it does happen quite a lot. I was actually looking through my Wii U collection last night, thinking I've managed to put together this Wii U collection for very, very little. Because a lot of it was sort of donating money and trading in money. So I think when I bought the Wii U unit and the 4 or 5 games I started with, it cost me about 30 quid to do all that, which was great, because I think 80 quid of it was money which I'd already got from vouchers and trade-ins and things like that. So I've now built about nearly up to 20 Wii U games, which is about 1/9 of the library. Never going to get there, because there's so many people trying to complete this set that some of these games are going super rare and out of the way, and never going to find them. So for £1, see, if I could have pronounced that a lot better if that French game had worked. For £1, I speak German, for eine Pounder, I've got Your Shape Fitness Involved 2013, because I used to look like that in 2013. Bit of a shame now, but there we go. But yes, this was £1, and also lovely to see inside yet again. It's another Club Nintendo without the rubbing off. Pardon the expression. Bit of a tatty old manual, and that's what constitutes a manual nowadays, people. If you aren't aware, or don't collect modern games, that's what manuals sort of go to now. I love the boxes. Always love the colour of these boxes. They are fantastic. And also, I think Jimmy Retro mentioned it. I think it might have been. The discs just look so clean, so shiny. They really are. I don't know if this required. It says only the Wii remote is required. I thought you might need something like a camera, because obviously I've got that Your Shape game for the Wii itself. But I don't know. Perhaps there's a camera that I don't know about in the Wii U. I don't know. I haven't played it particularly much. But yeah, £1. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? I mean, it's a piece of software for £1. Right, so let's move on from the Wii and away from Nintendo for the moment. And we should go back to Nintendo a bit later. Oh, yes. And let's do some Xbox stuff now. So what have we got? A game, original Xbox. I know, just confuse some people when you say Xbox, because they aren't quite sure which Xbox you mean. I mean the big green one, which if you dropped it on your foot would bloody hurt. And the best? I don't know, I quite like the 360. Anyway, that's a story for another time. So first game I got, which is, again, this is why it's so important to catalogue stuff when you're out and about and refer to it. Don't do what I do, is catalogue stuff and then don't flip and refer to it when you're in the shops and then all of a sudden get out and go, oh yeah, I forgot to pick that up, I should have had that, shouldn't I? I thought I got it. That's why I've got a list. So I've got two different people. I've got, me and the other me, and the other me is the one who thinks he's too clever. Anyway, so I thought I had this game. I haven't. I have got it on the PlayStation 2, but I haven't got it on the Xbox original, and that is Commandos 2 Men of Courage, which was £1 from CEX. Which is great. All complete. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I don't know why. I get very happy when I sort of say, oh, I haven't got that. It's only £1. I must get it. I think it's one of these real-time strategy games. Looking at it, it's also got on here Xbox magazine. 9 out of 10, the closest you are going to get to a realistic war simulation. So it fires at you from the Xbox when you're not looking. Game of the month. Official UK Xbox magazine. No idea which month that was. We have something in common. We are monthly winners. So that was £1. This one cost me £2. Yeah, a lot of £2 this week, isn't there? But again, I hadn't seen it before on the Xbox original, and I felt that if I didn't get it, I'd be a bit of a prat not to. So this is MTV's Celebrity Deathmatch, which, if you were around in sort of like the late 90s, early 2000s, was sort of staple viewing. Because, this is when MTV started branching out into areas they shouldn't have done. They should have stayed doing music. But then again, they got Beavis and Butthead, and then we had, and then things like Deathmatch, and then Pimp Your Eye came along, and then there's no music on MTV now. I don't know, I haven't watched MTV in years. But this was sort of very much required viewing at the time. Plus, a scene animation, for those who don't know, featuring lots of stars of the day. Also featured the well-known boxing referee Mills Lane, and if you're a fan of WWF, Stone Cold Steve Austin was in it as well. Plus, scene animation, it was great stuff. It was very, very violent. That's why it's got a 16 or a 15 plus. It's very, very violent sort of clay animation. You may recognise a couple of people from the front there. I think down the bottom, the guy with the glasses on, Jerry Springer, and I think towards the back you've got Mr. T and Dennis Rodman, and Marilyn Manson as well. But there are other celebrities on here, including, and I'll have to go through these, and again, just raise your hand, Tom, if you know who they are. Marilyn Manson, Busta Rhymes, Tommy Lee, Mr. T, Carmen Electra, NSYNC members Justin Timberlake, Lance Bass, Joshua J.C. Chazes, Joey Fatone Jr. and Chris Kirkpatrick, Anna Nicole Smith, Jerry Springer, Carrot Top, Cleo, Shannon Doherty, Ron Jeremy, he of the giant male appendage from porno films in the 70s, Cindy Margolis, Dennis Rodman, and more, which implies there aren't any more. But yeah, £2. I don't see it all often, so I thought it was worth picking it up. Quick step on to a market purchase, which again, a game I hadn't seen before, getting the guy on the market, and Dudley got some sealed GameCube games. I'm not sure if they were properly originally factory sealed, I don't know. But I didn't buy them. In case you're wondering, I didn't buy them. They weren't actually anything special. I think one was at £3, one was at £8. The one that was £8, I think, was a Madden game, but it was sealed. So I'm not sure whether it was a fact, but I thought it was Madden 2000 and something. I can't remember. Maybe it's a later release. That's probably what. Usually he doesn't get his prices wrong. As apart from that Mario Kart Double Dash, which I think he sold, but he had priced about £10 more than CEX was selling it for a few weeks back. But there's the GameCube stuff, Wii stuff, not great quality. Handheld DS. They got some Mega Drive games. They got NBA Jam on the Mega Drive. There was Micro Machines, all boxed with the manual and everything. PlayStation 1 stuff, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, original Xbox. Oh yeah, he had everything, absolutely everything. Always has a good selection of games up there. And he generally comes in a few quid cheaper than the high street stores. But like I said, sometimes he does get his pricing wrong. This one, I've got no idea. I think this was CX sold this for $150, I think. So I didn't do too bad. I paid £1 for this one, and this is Shadow Ops Red Mercury, because the one thing the Xbox was never short of was first-person shooters. But, complete with the manual. Never seen this one before. I have no idea if it's any good. Impeccable Hollywood production from screenplay to sound design. Thunderous Dolby 5.1. Expansive variety levels and tactical options. Xbox Live support. More than 20 authentic general military and special forces weapons. 20 single player levels. Co-op mode with 10 exclusive maps. Not in the main game. Yeah, imagine a nuclear weapon as small as your fist with the power to annihilate millions. Now imagine such power falling into the wrong hands. Stop imagining! Oh, that sounds quite good. I'm giving 10 out of 10 for blurb anyway. Heroes are born in the firefight. From Atari. And it's also got THX, so as you said, 5.1. I might take it downstairs and hook it up to the speakers. Imagine that sounds quite good though. Right, what have we got here? Oh, last original Xbox game this week. Game I saw on another channel a few weeks ago, and I looked at the cover and thought, why have I not got that game? For various reasons, unbeknownst only to myself. So we have now Sudeki. Continues my collection of rather games with rather dubious covers. All complete inside. Also very interesting to know that this manual has got some of the controls and details on the back. I'm not missing any pages. That's the front of it, and then that's the back. Interesting to see the controls on the back cover. But yes, so if you've not seen the back of Sudeki before, there it is for you. I think it's sort of like I'm guessing it's a role-playing type game. I'm sure people will put me right on it. Sudeki, one world ripped apart where shadow battles light and evil stalks both realms. 4 heroes must heal the rift and unite their lands. A sultry wizardress, I'm guessing that'll be her. A powerful swordsman, a soaring gunslinger. Did I say gunslinger? One of those people who jumps and fires at the same time. And a dark huntress. Yep, there we go. Together they battle for the soul of 2 lands where deception wears many masks. Evolve new powers and abilities where facing over 6 feet. So it's either like an RPG. Oh, I don't know, seems quite fun. Very interesting to know you got that front cover there, and it's also by from a software house called Climax. Please insert your own punchlines as you go along. £2 again on that one. The 2 quidders are coming out this week. Right. We'll soon wipe the smile face. Do some Xbox 360 now, shall we? Now, mention the guy on the market not get his prices wrong. He got his prices wrong on this one. I was stunned actually. You may remember from last week's video, I picked up an Xbox wireless microphone. Got a couple of games in the Lip series, and I've now got another one, which is Party Classics. Now I paid 50p for this. I didn't realise until earlier on this is £3.50 in CX. So he's drastically misjudged the price on that one. So it's a victory for me. So I got two games for £1.50 from the market, and I could have gone for £5 for CX. And the disc is, don't usually show you the discs, but this is in amazingly good condition. Hasn't been played, which is great because one of the Lips discs I've got has got a bit of a scratch on it, and it keeps jumping in one of the songs. Show you the back of this. I mean, there's some tremendous. It really is one of these sort of things where I thought I'm going to pick this up because there's some great songs on here. Love Shack by the B-52s, Word Up Cameo, Tub Thumping Chumbawamba, Rhythm of the Night. That's the DeBarge version, not the one I'm thinking of, Corona. Groovies in the Heart, Delight, I Touch Myself, the Divinals, we all remember that one. American Pie, Don McLean, Son of a Preacher Man, Dusty Springfield. I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. That's what sold it to me. I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor, You're Beautiful, James Blunt, Rock and Roll All Night, Kiss. Just giving you some edited highlights now. If you don't want to sit here and just me reading these out. True Faith, New Order, When a Man Loves a Woman, Percy Sledge, Shiny Happy People, REM, I'm Too Sexy, Right Said Fred, Addicted to Love, Robert Palmer. Kiss Me, Sixpence None the Richer. God, that's a classic one. I haven't heard that for years. My Sharona by the Knack. Is that the Knack or the Knock? God, I remember that from being a kid. One of the very, very first, probably the first 50 or so MP3s I downloaded when I was able to download MP3s from P2P sharing all those years ago. Audio Galaxy, if anybody remembers Audio Galaxy. Unchained Melody, The Righteous Brothers, It's Not Unusual, Tom Jones, YMCA Village People, and Is This Love by Whitesnake. 50p's worth of fun there. Can't sing to save me life, but it's fun building a few tunes out. Couple of so that's the Xbox 360. Next one also Xbox 360. Now I picked this game up on the PlayStation 3 last time out, so having seen this copy on the 360, it made sense to pick this one up. And this is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's come at a charity shop, 75p. This was. I think CX sell this for 3 or 350, something like that. Nice little body. Does come with both discs. I'm not going to show you both discs, but I know they're both in. I checked while I was in the shop. And there's the back of it there. So nice one there. Now I think now in terms of the Assassin's Creed games, I've got 1 to 4 and Brotherhood and Revelations. No, sorry, I've got 2 to 4 Brotherhood and Revelations for the 360. For some reason I still haven't got the original Assassin's Creed on the Xbox 360. But on the PlayStation 3 I own 1 to 4 and Revelations and Brotherhood. Why I haven't got that on the original one yet, I don't know. Also, I did manage to on purpose buy myself a duplicate game, because I thought, because it basically charged up, it was 2 for £1.50. They had some other 360 stuff, but the only one I really wanted to buy was Battlefield 4, and when I opened up the box the discs weren't in there, so I presume they'd gone. There was a game like they got which I thought I hadn't got, but I had. Checking your list. And then this one here I thought was too. Then I opened this one up, and when I opened the box up inside I thought, I'm going to get that. And it's Burnout Paradise. I don't know why I bought it in the end, because it's not much use to me. Not a great copy of it, but also fascinating to know that in here, again I don't usually show you the discs, but behind the original one was the Xbox original version of Burnout 3 Takedown. So I thought, well, I'll get those in case anybody wants a spare copy or something like that. But I mean, I've given them a bit of a cleaner. Believe me, they're in a lot better. You know, if you do get these off me, they're in a lot better state than when they first had them. And also the great thing about this was I've already got this game, but I hadn't got a manual in mind, so I robbed the manual out of this one. So I actually made a complete copy of it. But like I said, it was 2 for £1.50 or £1.50 each. I didn't want to spend £1.50 on Black Flag, so I picked this up for 75p. 2 games in there. Like I said, anybody wants this, give me a shout. It is yours. Right, we did some Nintendo stuff. Let's go back to Nintendo. Now, a few weeks ago, where's everything a few weeks ago? I'm just stalling for time here. A few weeks ago, I picked up some Game Boy games, which was absolutely fascinating because you don't usually see Game Boy games. I've still got them here. If you didn't see that video, I'm talking about Choplifter and the Formula 1 race. Picked those up for £1 each, I think it was, in a reseller, cash place. And then I was in CX yesterday, and I happened to notice behind the counter some of the retro stuff, and I said, oh, have a look at that Game Boy game there. It was priced up as £1. And it's this one. First of all, it comes with a case, which is great, because I've not got many games with cases. So actually, more or less worth the price of the case, as far as I'm concerned. Whether this game is any good or not, I don't know. And I'm going to get really, really close, so 1 second. Then we focus. There we go. Game Boy Gallery, 5 games in 1. Now, I've absolutely no idea if it's any good. Me and the guy behind the counter was sort of squinting at this with our eyesight to see what it is. I don't know what it is or what games are on here. There's the back if you want to see. There's nothing on the back. Yeah, so I paid £1 for that Game Boy game for £1. I'm not going to leave that behind. Like I said before, games don't really make a difference whether they're any good to me, or whether they're any, whether they're good games or bad games. They're games for £1. I could, it's either that or buy a pasty. I can, be honest, you stop eating pasties. That would really help. Right, and final Nintendo stuff this week, and probably it's actually the most expensive purchase of this week. I spent £3.50. £3.50 on this, but it was, I think, absolutely worth it. I think I walked past this game last week or the week before, a couple of weeks ago. They still got it. So £3.50, loose only, but that really didn't bother me. And this is on the N64, and it's a Jet Force Gemini from Rare. So understandably a fairly high quality title. It's a very heavy cartridge. That's got some weight to it, that one has. But yeah, done a bit of research about this one. Apparently it's sort of set in space, and I don't know much about it. I know the name of the title. I do get I see this and I get it confused with Blast Corps for some reason. I don't know why. But yes, I've had a look at that. It's sort of like a third person running around shooting. It looks really, really good fun. Do love me N64 stuff. I bought more N64 games this year now. I think that's probably... No damage done. It's still right. Glanced off that. So don't ever do that, because it ends up in tears. But yeah, I probably bought more N64 games this year than I've done for a number of years. About 4 or 5 I bought. It doesn't sound like an awful lot, I know, but that's a lot for me, 4 or 5. Don't usually see them. Right, so we've done that. So we're back to PlayStation and PlayStation 1 now. Penultimate games of by machine this week. 2 games, excuse me, I left behind last week when I was out. Wasn't last week, I didn't go out last week, the week before. No, it was, wasn't it? I had a week off on Thursday when I wasn't at work. Because I thought I got them, but I hadn't. And luckily when I went into Cash Converters, they were still there 10 days later, and you'll see why they were still there. I'll do that one first. This is probably the nicest one of the two. And this is FIFA 2000, which I paid 49p for. It's got lovely, lovely Sol Campbell on the front there. Manager of Southend now, I think, isn't he? I know what people are going to say, oh, it's a FIFA game. It's a PlayStation 1 game for 49p. Complete with manual. There's nothing wrong with this box. There's no crack on it. The hinges are in perfect condition. It even comes with this marketing EA Sports manual, which tells you all the games that are coming out with the word 2000 in them. I'm not joking. Every single one in here, apart from one, I think, has got the word 2000 in the title. FIFA 2000, NBA Live 2000, NHL 2000, Knockout Kings 2000, Superbike 2000, NASCAR 2000, Tiger Woods 2000, Madden 2000, the FA Premier League Football Manager 2000. The only one that doesn't have 2000 title is the FA Premier League Stars. And just when you think, perhaps I've got to the end of it. No, Supercross 2000 as well. It also got lovely little advertisement here for what's this? Theme Park World, which I found in there. I like seeing things like that. I've just moved me. There we go. Cover. I say there's nothing wrong with it. There is just a slight crack at the top there, but apart from that, it open closes absolutely fine. Let's show you the back of the box. And I did drop this in the shop. It sort of like flipped over like that and landed straight, and it didn't crack. So I was very lucky then. I thought, this is a really clean copy as I dropped it. Yeah. It's a new face laminate animation. They have a real job working with that bloke out, isn't there? Anyway, so yeah, that's FIFA 2049p. The other game I picked up, which is it's sort of a throwback to an old game for me, because a game I used to love playing on my Amiga, but I've got a feeling this game have nothing to do with it whatsoever. It is Anco's Player Manager 99. It's got George Graham on there. I believe this game has got the exclusive level where you have to find the £250,000 that's been bunged behind a toilet in a, I think it's a London tube station, possibly. There's a 20-year-old joke that I don't think anybody thought they'd ever be able to tell ever again. I think actually George Graham was back in football management when he lost his job at Arsenal because of that. And I think did he go back to Leeds for a period of time? I think he was. But again, it's got I mean, the hinges are fine on this one. It's got, apart from the top hinge is broken. But it's got the manual with it, which is fine. If it's got the manual, I can live with a broken case, you know. He says, having broken the case. There we go. There's a giant crack across the back of it as well. But I ain't so fussed about that. 49p. Can't go wrong. The great thing is the ones I've left there now are the ones that are either ridiculously expensive, I'm not going to be buying, or they are, what's the other word I'm looking for, I've already got. Because I did have quite a few games there that I'd already got on the PlayStation 1. But they had got a copy of Resident Evil with Platinum. That's the thing, if it was Black Label, I was thinking I might buy that. They got 3 or 4 as a Spyro game as well, I think, but again, that's Platinum, and I don't like to buy in Platinum games if I can help it. I'm trying to thin my collection out and sort of move the Platinums on if I can. So we now come to the final 5 games this week, and this is PlayStation 3. Because PlayStation 3, as I said before, is probably the one system at the moment that I've got some space for. So I thought, I'll just go mad buying PlayStation 3 games then. So I popped into my old friends, the Heart Foundation, British Heart Foundation. I've had problems before with that, because what they do is that some branches, they seal their games, or they put a sticker around the outside. I know people say, oh, you can peel the sticker off, you've got right to. I don't like doing that. I like to put trust in people. And you can tell by the expression on my face that this is not going to end well. I've got 2 branches of Heart Foundation close to me, we'll say 3 actually. One predominantly priced their games at 99p, which is great. One used to price their games at 99p and now price them either $1.99 or $2.99. And this one puts stickers on around the outside so you can't sort of peel them back in the shop, but they do charge you 99p. So there's one which is absolutely fine, one which is way too expensive, and one which is absolutely fine in terms of price, but technically it's a lucky dip because you're never quite sure what you're going to get. And lo and behold, when I got home, there's no manual. And I'll show you the game first of all. It's Infamous, which I've heard of but never actually played. I think maybe we played a demo of it years ago on the PlayStation Network. Download it. No manual, as you can see, which is rather annoying. Also, as well, I'm pretty knocked off to say this is possibly the worst looking PlayStation 3 disc I've ever seen. You aren't going to see it in this light, but there's evidence of white ringing on the disc. You can't see it there. No, you're not going to see it. I'm not going to do that. Not complete all the way around, but like slight evidence of it, and it seems more, rather than like a scratch, it seems like it's where it should be. So I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. Having said that, I bought a copy of Minecraft, which was a shocking state disc, and that works perfectly fine. So I don't know. So I paid 99p for this. I think CEX sold it for £1.50. So a bit of a bonus, I suppose, but not great. Without the manual, a bit annoyed with that. I'm pretty sure we did play a game with it, because I'm looking at the guy's hands. He's got lightning. I'm pretty sure, or it might be the darkness. I don't know. So that was 99p. That one. And then these 4 came out of cash converters. And they must have been on the shelf sometime, because the labels, I mean, an absolute bugger to get off, honestly. Absolutely welded on. So for £1.49 a game I already own on the Xbox 360 and the Wii. So why not get the PlayStation 3 version? And it's Lara Croft's It's not Lara Croft, it's Tomb Raider Underworld. Complete with manual. I paid £1 for this one. Quite a few Lara Croft Tomb Raider games now. Not an overly big fan of the series, but then lo and behold, there's another one, and I've got this on the 360, and this is the 2013 update Tomb Raider. And this does come with a manual. Great thing about it was they had real. Again, this is the game I thought. Going back to the game I thought I got on the PlayStation thing, but I hadn't. And I paid £1.49 for this. I could have left it. I thought I was going to leave it, and then they nearly couldn't find the disc, which was even more annoying. I thought, finally, I'll buy this, I'll buy it, and then they couldn't find the blooming disc. But hey, there you go. So that was £1.49 for that one. This one I paid over the odds for. You can just hear the crack as I separate these. They give me a good clean afterwards. This was actually CXL 75p. So I paid a bit more for this one. But it's Fuse. Which I know. Not sure there should be a manual with that one. There's a warning thing in it. I suspect there may have been a manual with it, but I don't know. 4 elite agents, 1 lethal team. But I haven't seen it that much. I will be honest with you, I haven't seen it that much. Because I've sort of like gone through a lot of CEX places and trying to find games that are under £1 on the PlayStation 3 which aren't sports titles, because there aren't many. And that one apparently is one of them. But anyway, I paid 99p for that one. And the last game this week, picked up Heavy Rain a few weeks ago. Not because I've been outside. There's been an awful lot of rain lately. This game is from the same people, and this is Beyond Two Souls, which I picked up 99p. I've got the vocal talents of Ellen Page and Willem. Don't call me William Defoe. Call it whatever you want, mate. After Spider-Man, I tell you. Or what's that one he did with? What's that one he did with Body of Evidence? He did with Madonna. Oh dear me. Yeah, I've heard about this game, but I've not seen. I've not played it, or I've not really watched. Actually, I've not watched any footage about it either. Disc isn't brilliant, I will be honest. There's some stuff around the outside, but I don't think it's actually markings on the disc. I think it's just blemishes on the disc. I don't know. And there's the back as well. You can see Willem Dafoe there in the bottom corner. Well, again, 99p for that one. Again, I think CEX sell that for a couple of quid. I think they sell Tomb Raider 13 for 3. So picked a few ones on the radar there. So I did say 22 games. I'm pretty sure it's 24. Four, 9, 12. I don't know, 20, 22, 23, something like that. So I spent 27 quid this week. Oh, I know it's not an earth-shattering amount of money, which most people spend on the game anyway. But yeah, I think there's some decent stuff there, and games that actually I've sort of like Jet Force Gemini, Beyond Two Souls, the 2013 Tomb Raider, Sudeki, games that I'm sort of intrigued to play, and some more stuff from me Wii Wall, which is lovely because, you know, some people have got a PlayStation 2 wall, some people have got a complete wall devoted to Sega, and I've got a wall full of Wii, which is very fitting, and what a good place to finish. From the brush and the bear, thank you very much indeed for watching. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and like I said before, if you could pop along and have a look at those two channels I recommended about 5 hours ago, and that's the Nerdy Couple and Carl's Room 70. They really would appreciate you popping by and seeing what they're all about. In the meantime, those are the pickups. There'll be some more stuff along very soon, but as we always say, coming toward the end of these videos, thank you very much indeed for watching. Do take care, and bye for now.